many different types of experiences one could have in their life. Some are good, bad, tragic, hysterical, awkward, and then there are the ones where you can never imagine the outcome. I've had my fair share of every type, but the last one especially has played an important role in my life. A specific example comes to mind instantly, and I do truly believe that if not for it, I would be a very different person. This experience took place when I was 7 years old in the small town of Foxborough, Massachusetts. It was a cold December Sunday night, and I, Ella Lewis, had been selected to be the tea kid for the Patriots-Steelers game. That night, I was scheduled to run across the historic field of Gillette Stadium to retrieve the tea at the beginning of the second half. The full impact of this experience did not hit me until I was actually on the field, tea in hand, looking up into the crowd of thousands of people. The loudspeaker announced me as 7-year-old Ella Lewis from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and it wasn't until I felt the electricity that the players must feel every time they step out on that field that I knew. I knew that this was much larger than just what my dad would put on TV late at night. I knew why all of these people would suffer through the torturous cold for a game. I knew why I felt giddy and excited, and I know why I feel this way every time I watch a game. It's because for a few hours, you get to be a part of a team. You experience the highs and lows, but no matter the outcome, you see and feel greatness. From that moment on, I was hooked, and since I've experienced many highs and many lows. My first low happened 2 months later in a devastating Super Bowl loss to the New York Giants. I had gone to bed in the middle of the third quarter, wearing my Rodney Harrison jersey and clutching a foam Patriots football. As my dad tucked me in that night, he told me to dream of victory, and I did. The next morning when I woke up, I bolted from my bed. As I ran into my parents' room, my dad was putting on his tie for work. I screeched to a stop at the door, and as he looked up at me, I knew I was not going to like what he was about to say. As he gave me a small smile, he informed me that the Patriots had in fact lost the Super Bowl, giving Eli Manning his first ring. We were one game away from an undefeated season. I found all this out from my dad as he finished his morning routine. That was the first time I truly listened as he analyzed many of the plays and calls, though at the time it was more to himself than to me because I didn't know half the words he was using. That morning was the first of many moments discussing and debating a shared passion together, and I am very grateful for all of them. Even the endless hours spent debating who will go down as the greatest quarterback of all time, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. And as we can all see from this past year, it is obviously Tom Brady. It was another 4 years before the Patriots were back in the Super Bowl. Much had changed in my life during those 4 years. I was now living in Tallahassee and left all I had known behind. I had left the safety of elementary school and being in an all-girl environment and entered the rocky waters of a co-ed middle school where I was supposed to prove my knowledge of my team before the boys could accept that I could possibly know anything. This was the first time I was doubted based solely on the fact of my gender, but I knew it would not be the last. Though, I let it roll off my shoulders because I was ready for another chance at victory. On that Super Bowl Sunday, my dad was out of town and I was left to watch the Super Bowl alongside my mom. My mom, though not actually caring about the game, hoped and prayed for my sake it would be a victory. This was because for the 2 weeks in between the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl, I'd hear from my classmates about how the Patriots would choke again. I wanted nothing more than to walk with my head held high on the Monday of February 6, 2012, knowing my team had dominated the night before. Unfortunately, my wish did not come true when the Patriots yet again fell to the New York Giants in the last minute of the game. That day is when I truly learned that a football game is 60 minutes long and no less. It was also a day I learned what it was like to be truly disappointed. As I walked into school the next morning, my head held low, hearing the jabs from fellow peers, I felt more isolated from my home, which I considered to be New England, than I ever had before. My next big low happened on September 29, 2014. That was the night the Patriots were crushed by Kansas City in Week 4, and everyone said that Tom Brady's career was over. Commentator after commentator called him too old and no good anymore. He was finished. But being a fan for 7 years by now, I knew that this was false, because my quarterback never gives up, and he did it. In the 2014 season, the Patriots finished 12-4, and on February 1st, 2015, I had the biggest high. Because unlike the previous two, this Super Bowl ended with red, white, and blue confetti littering the field. As I fell to my knees, sobbing that my team had just won the Super Bowl, I didn't care that the entirety of Third Floor Panic was witnessing my freakout, because we were champions. Once again, we were champions, and I couldn't be prouder of my team. The next season was met with disappointment in the AFC Championship with a loss against the other Manning brother. This low didn't only have to do with the loss, but the Deflategate scandal being present as ever. In the summer of 2016, the courts ruled in favor of NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, and Brady's 4-game suspension would be upheld. Watching one of your heroes be called a cheater and a liar by almost everyone is a very hard pill to swallow. This scandal threatened to ruin everything he'd worked so hard for, but he didn't let it. And after everything, that is what I will take away from it. That after being banned from a fourth of the regular season, he came back to do what everyone needed him to do, win. With Brady at the helm, the Patriots went 14-1 this year and competed in the most memorable Super Bowl ever played. The 14th game was no easy feat. Super Bowl 51 was held in Houston against the Atlanta Falcons. The first 3 quarters were all Atlanta. When the score went 28-3, I gave my dad a pleading look, as if he could somehow do something. We were in a hotel in Raleigh, and I was watching my teams drive for 5, crash and burn. A win seemed impossible, but my teams been doing the impossible since before I can remember. And in the only game in Super Bowl history to go into overtime, they won. Tom Brady had officially won more Super Bowls than any other quarterback in the history of the game. As I sobbed in victory, yet again, I realized that this may be football, but it is so much more to me, and has taught me more things than I could have imagined. My team has taught me about the importance of perseverance. They've taught me that if I believe and work hard through all the difficulties and naysayers, I can accomplish my dreams. Putting in the work will bring me my equivalence of being the 199th draft pick overall, and then becoming known as the best quarterback of all time. They taught me about loyalty. Staying loyal to something in general can be very hard, especially during the lows. But through my experiences, I realized that the lows are more important than the highs. The lows are what shape us, and that is true in anything, even when talking about being a football fan. I've learned about teamwork and how detrimental it is to success. In my opinion, being a team player is one of the best qualities you could have, and one I strive to have every day. My team has taught me so much more than the rules of the game, just the rules of the game, and I know they will continue to do so. No matter your feelings towards the past, I hope all of you are able to take away something from the lessons I have learned, because in the words of Robert Kraft, we are all Patriots.